not because I'm jealous of time later, but it was a compelling story, and I wanted to share it with you just as something that sort of caps off our stewardship time. Many of you may not know, but during the week, for quite a number of years, we have been blessed by being the recipients of a group of special needs students from Nish and Westgate. And they come with some of their instructors, and they clean up a bit. And one of the things they do is right here in the sanctuary. They dust and straighten up and clean up, and they learn some life skills, perhaps, that will benefit them, maybe even help them find some employment. And if you're here during the week, you'll see them. They come twice a week. Sometimes they fold the bulletins and do a number of things for us. To a person, they're wonderful to get to know, and we're blessed because we do get to know them. Well, it just so happens this week that we had some visitors. One of them, another clergy person, he was here and wanted to see the sanctuary. So we walked in at the same time that they were cleaning up and introduced them to those special kids who were here. And one of them, Henry, spoke up, and sometimes the thoughts come out of nowhere and they're spoken, and he said, I had a vision this week. God gave me a vision. Now, if you're like me, your reaction is probably similar when anybody says that. Okay, I'm a little suspicious, but tell me about it. Only he didn't really get a chance to elaborate. But I could tell it was greeted with politeness, but a little bit of suspicion. A smile on the part of many, including his instructor. Well, the conversation went on just a little bit, and they received some pats on the back for all that they do here. But a little bit later, he came up to me and he put his arm around me. And he said, you know, God gave me a vision. And I said, well, what was the vision? He said, God told me that I needed to give 20%. 20%. Now, my first thought was, well, he's straightening out some of the stewardship cards in our pews. Maybe he saw something, although that's not on there, that figure. And I said, wow, that's a lot. He said, yeah, this week one of my friends needed some extra money to buy a soda. And I had $1.25 on me. And I gave him a quarter. And we both had a soda. And I didn't think too much about that until a few days later. If you've ever had this experience, you wake up and you think about some things that have happened in recent days. And I got to thinking about that, and I said, 20%, $1.25. I said, what's 20% of $1.25? I said, it's exactly a quarter. I said, now I know he's not doing complex math. How did he arrive at that? And I got to thinking, maybe, just maybe, God whispers to us, and it's a matter of simple obedience. Not how much we know, not how wise we can be and all we can figure out, but just simple, loving obedience. And that really is the theme of everything we do, whether it's matters of faith and how we live our lives, and even how and when and where and why we give. Just simple, loving obedience, following God's Spirit. So I want to commend that to you, not only about giving, but about serving and where we go and how we're involved and how we're a part of the community of faith. And could it be that God lifts up the simple and confounds the wise? And if we follow in simple, loving obedience, we follow the way of the Spirit. And who knows how God may continue to speak to us. It's an opportune time for you and I, as our ushers do come forward, to lift up our